Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode on Lumber Capital Log Yard. This is part 2 of making a cutting board with Grandpa. We just got it out of the vise after it's been glued, and the next step is going to be putting a juice rim in it. This is just an extra detail that we're adding. Anyone who cooks a lot knows that when you're cutting a lot of juicy stuff, whether it's fruits or vegetables, especially tomatoes, that's what gets me, is the juice runoff can make a complete mess. And so cutting boards, really nice ones like this one, have a little rim to catch that juice. And right now he's trying to figure out how to do that with the tools that we have instead of the tools that we wish we did, if that makes sense. So stay tuned and let's get into it. For my serious woodworkers out there, lumbercapital.com is your source of S4S hardwood lumber for all of your projects. This stuff is kiln dried, and there's a variety of different species and dimensions to choose from. Only $5 shipping nationwide. Make sure that you check out our online store, lumbercapital.com.
Okay, it's been a while since we glued up this cutting board, and I took the clamps off. I already cleaned up the backside with the glue on it, but I'm going to run it through this planer. I'm trying something there. I'm putting a board under this cutting board to see if I can eliminate some snipe. We'll see what happens. I'll kick it on and we'll run it through there a few times, get it leveled off, and then we'll start cutting on it. So let me fire this up. Nobody's going to be able to hear anything. So I'm going to mark this at 3 3/4 because the center of my router bit is 3 inches, and I want the center of the juice groove to be at 3/4. So there's a pretty fancy tool that you can buy or make that is an outside, frames around the outside of your project and you follow the inside of it with your router. I don't have that tool. I'll probably make one, but for the time being, what I'm going to do is scribe these lines, and I have cut a block of wood that I'm going to attempt to double stick tape that in the center. I've done that before. We'll see if this will stick. Okay, I made this the right size. Now you can round the corners on these. This is all depends on what kind of a juice groove you want. This is a very basic cutting board. I've seen some of the most elaborate cutting boards. All you need to do is get on YouTube and you'll see some pretty fancy works.
Technically, they're on YouTube right now.
Huh? That's gonna have to work. That should give us a groove, and then I'll just follow around it with this, and I should be centered at 3/4. Let's get this plugged in. End of that tape. Okay, we're going to take it over and run it through the molder over there and shaper and get the edges rounded, and then we can worry about sanding it.
Down by the railroad, deep in the sticks, where there's more logs than cars, out where the moss grows thick, where the lumber capital log yard. Back in the mountains, all the locals know the way to the old sawmill. Come on and take a trip up north. Come and watch us.
So as you can see, this is a very basic cutting board. It's going to be pretty. If you're going to use double stick tape, you got to use good stuff. I got a little slip there, but I can sand around that. But use your imagination, follow some YouTube stuff for different ideas. starts taking up a lot of wood when you're doing this, but it's just kind of the love of labor, I guess you might say, doing this. This is just a basic overall way to do this. So on your patterns, you're cutting, you're switching directions with your wood, you can come up with some very, very elaborate cutting boards. So that's that. Glue up, cut it to length. Now these corners, if you so chose, you could round these corners and then just run them through the molder over there. You can round these corners. I didn't do that on this one. Enjoy it. Use your imagination and just enjoy them for gifts or whatever you choose to do. But that's not hard. It's not hard to do. Just enjoy yourself.